In your view, what causes obesity? Is it all about energy balance? Is it exposure to contaminants in the environment? What are the major drivers of obesity?
That's a, it's a tough opening question. Um, I think the safest short answer is we have no clue right now. I think that's kind of interesting if you look at also some of the kind of summarizing review work that is coming out these years. I think researchers are more and more open to newer theories as opposed to just 5, 10 years ago, where it was kind of oftentimes more clearly stated that the modern environment with its readily available, highly palatable, energy dense, cheap uh, food is the primary driver of the modern obesity epidemic. It must be, right. But then there's evidence coming in, kind of suggesting that it may be more complicated than that, which includes, I mean, and there's a variety of different work here. And you've also had, I think, John Speakman on your podcast, who has done work in on basal metabolic rate using doubly labeled water over decades to show that there seems to have been a quite weird but interesting subtle decline in basal metabolic rate over the last 30 years or so, but actually no decrease in energy expenditure from physical activity, which is a little bit counterintuitive what we oftentimes say, like that it's the decrease in physical activity. And at
Mhm.
the same time, they've done work showing that there's no obvious correlation between density of fast food, full service restaurants, and obesity numbers. So there's kind of these pervasive ideas that it's the fast food and it's the lack of physical activity that is driving the epidemic that is not necessarily 100% supported by evidence. So I think, um, I mean, we must acknowledge it's something in the modern environment, but it's not necessarily, I think, exclusively something to the food environment, but a combination of factors that we expect